Peace. This is a meat and potatoes sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today I would like to talk about the Dead Files. Certain personalities that had their demise and what happens to you, yourself, the viewer, and myself, the teacher and mentor, when we make our transition. So I remember when I did the Star God ritual and I really started working with Anubis and also consulting with the Archangel Raphael. And I was really curious exactly what was going to happen to me once I did the great work, hopefully, and completed my journey. And I remember when I channeled Aleister Crowley, and this is when I was young, and I still had a lot of growing to do. But as I've said before, and I want to reiterate, when you start doing magic, spirits are going to come to you, especially past occultists. And Crowley said, give yourself 5 years. Give yourself 5 years. It was a little bit more over that, but he gave me just enough, I guess, to keep me motivated and to keep me interested. Because when you start practicing magic and you're not getting the results that you would like to get, you either become discouraged, stop practicing it, or go back to religion. That's really how it works. And when I started getting more proficient and studying more and testing myself, going beyond just books, I had to put the question to Archangel Raphael. And he said, here it is. Because usually angels, especially the high ranking ones, they're very forthcoming. If you're working with demons, it depends. If you ask an angel first and then a demon, then they'll open up a little bit more. But the point is, with both of those classes, their thing is, don't get so caught up on death that you stop living. But Raphael said, look, when you die, you're going to become an angel. And I'm like, okay, I really wasn't expecting that when he said, you asked me, so I told you. So there was another occultist. I didn't know him personally. And I'm going to protect his name. But when he protected, when he did certain rituals and he died in an accidental fire. What it ended up happening is that he completed his task and he went back and he was a higher ranking demon. So here's how it works. When you make your transition, you could be an angel, a demon, a demigod. You can come back and do this whole thing again, which that's what the people of Sumeria and Egypt really wanted to avoid. But you're here for the mission. And like they said, and this is one thing that scriptures and the Noble Quran and the Bible are correct about. You're held to a different standard when you possess a particular level of knowledge. You're held to a different standard. And I remember this happened, like I would say within the last week and a half. Jack Parsons' energy was in my house. Now, for those that don't know, Jack Parsons was a disciple of Crowley and also had the unfortunate reality of befriending L. Ron Hubbard. Yes, that L. Ron Hubbard, the so-called founder of Scientology. And they did a ritual where they were trying to get in touch with the goddess Babylon. It succeeded, but not in the way that I think Parsons would have liked. Parsons ended up opening up a portal in a place called the Devil's Dam, which is in Pasadena, California. And several children have come up missing. So if I had to speculate, they crossed over to the infernal plane or in-between realm, because you have the in-between realm too. So, and Parsons was just hanging around, and I guess he wanted me to kind of tell his story to keep him out there, because the thing is, L. Ron Hubbard betrayed him in the worst way. He was a confidence man, and he was a racist. He stole $10,000 from him along with his first wife, and he practiced lower forms of magic. He got just enough out of Jack Parsons. And you know it's bad when Aleister Crowley told Jack Parsons, if I was you, I would stay away from him. And there's a book also, if you want to read it, Inside Scientology by Janet Reitman. And you can read Strange Angel on Jack Parsons. But Parsons ended up opening up some portals, and he died in a so-called accident where he blew his face off and his arm. And his was an occult death, because before he died in that chemical accident, he said, I'm not done. Now, what exactly was he talking about? So when you're doing this work, I know that you're going to want to know exactly how you're going to leave this third dimensional plane. And that's okay. Just don't neglect what you have to do here. Your time is limited. And like I said, when I asked about my own fate, and I was told by Raphael, and this was further confirmed by even Lilith. I said, yeah, that's about right. So that's how you're going to come back. You got that choice. You wrote this in the Akashic Records. So either you're going to be coming back here, you'll be of service as a spirit guide, the celestial, or the infernal realm. So that's the Dead Files and what will happen. So with that, that is your meat and potato sourcing for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.